So far, we haven't quite completed the lighting installation, but we have installed 5.5 kilometers of multi-core cable. On the palace roof alone, where we only got 120 light fittings, but it's 2.5 kilometers of cable in there. We are very used to it to set up 600 light fittings in a stage environment, in a hall or on a festival. But to spread it out over, I don't know how many acres of land, that certainly is a learning curve. Jean-François, who's the French lighting designer, he doesn't speak any English. I speak practically no French. But by speaking two different languages, it actually gets together with the universal language of lighting, and we're actually doing very well, and we understand each other.
There's a lot of respect between people. We have to, otherwise the job wouldn't be done. We all wait for the same things, we all have the same problems, as in the weather. Difficulty in access to some of the buildings is the height and falling over cables that you've run during the day, falling over rocks and whatever else.
Aïe, 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 aïe.
Ouais, attends une minute parce que on voit rien.
Okay. Cigarette time. This is a searchlight, 3,000 watt, with pen and tilt facilities and a color scroller in the top. They're going to be used mainly to light up large areas like the hills and the main structures, and as searchlights in the sky.
Comment? Ouais, parce que sur le fond, ça fait un peu fade. C'est vert ce que vous avez, vous.
Cigarettes and lighter at the entrance gate, yes. Because this is a safe area. That's why we are in the middle of nowhere. Here we have the explosive stuff, and here we prepare the fireworks.
We've been contracted to supply local pyrotechnicians to help out with the French. On the night, there'll be various firing positions around the palace. The guys will be working in teams, and it'll all be coordinated by radio, directed by Daniel, and we will be then firing to his cue.
What happens during the show, the fireworks is timed to the music. So there's little sections along here. Each one is 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds a certain firework will go off.
This particular shell is a red peony. It weighs roughly 15 kgs. When it bursts at about 250 meters, it'll cover a rugby stadium. This is the mortar tube that it is launched out of. Underneath here is the lifting charge, which is about half a kg of black powder, which will propel it to a height of about 250 meters. The guys now are just finishing off the magnesium waterfall, which is a magnesium cascade. As you can see, they're busy wiring it up. It's a very intricate and fiddly part of the whole procedure, but very, very effective.
You know, those shells are coming from China, and they have a whole bunch of effects, and we know most of the effect, but this one we want to see exactly what it does, because we don't want to mash the colors.
Do you like shells?
523.
You have to put it completely in the bottom of the motor. If not, there's some air between the shell and the bottom of the motor, and the shell doesn't lift high enough, it comes back down, which is not a good solution.
Barrez-vous, barrez-vous. Voilà, ça promet. Envoie la série. Look là, 4.
Jean-Michel Jarre uses fireworks as another medium. The fire actually represents a backdrop, a curtain, so to speak.
Eh ben, eh ben, non seulement... C'est good for the volcan, hein?
Please fasten your seatbelts and refrain from smoking. Thank you.
Whatever you conceive on a piece of paper is always fairly different when you are physically on site. Because suddenly the perspectives are always different, the nature of the air is different. Also because of technical problems you can only discover when you are actually doing the job. Forces me to adapt the original concept almost on a physical point of view. The relationship I have developed with the head of each technique has changed since these last 12 or 15 years. At the beginning, these people were, for most of them, technicians or searchers or artists, totally isolated in their own technique. And then suddenly they had to share with the others the predominance that they used to have. The team has developed a kind of know-how pretty unique. We have developed a mutual trust through all these years. It's not a light show. It's I'm not using, actually a lot of people are talking about my work about laser show, but it's actually not. The laser is probably 20% of the techniques I'm using in those kind of projects. I would call them more a kind of music and vision experience. Actually, we are today Saturday the 28th, and it's my second day with real rehearsals. And at the moment, we are running late because we still are waiting the big, giant searchlights. They are still not on site today. I hope for tomorrow. We had also a problem with the laser, because laser needs power, but we need also water to cool the system. Very good news is the way the light is responding in this climate. Because of water, we have a lot of humidity, and the light is even much brighter than I thought. So that's good news. Actually, at the moment, I'm in the middle of a process I know with disappointment and good surprise. Tonight, I'm going to take care of the architecture of beams. The idea is to try to build some effects of like fan of light or pyramids of light, and this requires sometimes to get each beam focusing the same point. This is a kind of long process. We started last night, and that I'm going to start now. When I arrived, I realized that because of the rain these last 3 weeks, suddenly everything became much greener than I thought, particularly the hill. It's one of the main screens for kind of projections, images, and effects that are going to exist on the hill. I thought it would be a problem. From the first rehearsal of yesterday night, I think it will be more or less okay.
Could you give us some blue light over here, please?